Hey everybody, Steve here, Rank File Forge. Just working in the old garage on the gas tank upgrade on old Rusty. We just finished hooking up the gas line. I'm gonna go back into some of the video. I'm kind of doing my intro at the end instead of at the end should be an outro or whatever. I don't know. I'm definitely I'm new to this YouTube stuff, so this is what I'm working with. We connected the gas tank to the existing line. We've got, when I first got this truck 8-10 years ago, there was 305 already put in there, and they had upgraded to a gas line, but it was a 5/16 and I ran a 3/8. So I had a little problem. I had to get a fitting there. Ran to the boys over at Piston Ring. If you're in Winnipeg, Manitoba, those guys are great. I'm not even doing this for anything other than the fact that they're just really good to me. You can see that's my transition. There's the existing gas line moving over. There's one little fitting in the middle I had to get adapted from the 5/16 to the 3/8. Worked like a charm. These guys hooked me up. There was only one in the city apparently. That's good, small little city, but got it going. Got that hooked up. Followed down to get the gas tank hooked up. That hose went over to the gas line. We got it tightened up. We did our flares. We did a double flare underneath the cabin. We did a bubble flare here. If anybody's not sure what that is, come with me. We did one sample is a bubble flare. I think sometimes they call this ISO flare or something like that. I don't know, but it's basically so the hose comes over it. We put a gear clamp to hold out. It's a nice, good seal. Better than just sliding it on. Never slide your hose right over the gas line. Do a little bubble flare. Takes 2 seconds. Super easy to do. These are double flare kit. Here, this thing worked like a charm. Hadn't used one in years. I actually had to go buy one. I didn't have one. Figured I'd do a quick practice of a double flare. We did that one in camera. We did the bubble flare on camera, and we got it hooked up. We got a gas line. All right. What I'm doing here, I'm kind of cheating on here, and I'm only doing this for the video itself. I swung the gas line very gently out here. We're gonna do our double flare. I'm gonna swing it back in there and I'll be able to make my connection. First thing, always have that little nut on here first. Put it on there, we'll slide back, we'll put it back when we get there. I'm gonna grab the flaring tool. This is called a double flaring tool. If you see on here, it's hard to see, but to get all the different increments on here, we're looking for 3/8. You got 1/2 inch, 3/8, 5/16, 1/4 inch, and 3/16. We're doing 3/8 tubing. If you can see, there's a bevel on this side. This is the side that's going to go to the end of the pipe. So I am going to do this. I want to be able to work on all this stuff. So I'm going to I like to try to consciously trying to tighten it even there. I don't know if there's necessarily a ruling against that, but that's what I like to do. You can see the thickness of this little, I don't know, button. I think that's what they call it. It's got this part here, which is eventually going to be sliding in the tubing. We're not doing that right now. I need to see the thickness here. I'll put it here, and that's how much tubing should be sticking past. I don't really want to go less than that, or more than that. It's pretty well set where you want it. If I can get this, just release a bit. Probably pretty close there. Just about. And you really do want to try and make this as accurate as you can. There's no reason not to. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to tighten these up. Again, try and do it somewhat parallel. Wish I don't have any pliers in front of me to try and tighten it up. I'm going to try and a little tighten. Like, I don't want it to slip. Probably more tight than you need, but I've had a lot of them slip and it drives me bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Here we go. So there we go, we got it set. Got the button there. Yeah, I'm happy with it. This is gonna slide in there like that. Then we're gonna get this doodad, I believe that's a technical term. And slide right over in there. Now, it's pretty easy because I got a little center hole in there to help you line it up. Get my little rod. I'm gonna try and support this and hold back so I'm not bending the tubing more than I have to. So now it's starting to bulge. It's actually getting to the point of what we call a bubble flare, which we'll show you on another step when we go to tie into the tank. Basically, we're gonna go till this bottom's out. Get a nice flare. This is a brand new tool. I've never even used this one, so hopefully I don't make grief with it. Just about there. There we go. So, moving this, I want to pull the button out. Now I don't need the button. So now we've got a good, it's more than a bubble flare. It's a little bit more, but we're going to go do it with this one straight without the little button. And this is what's going to actually push the flare inside to create your double flare. And so far it's looking good. Still got it. Let's try it. There we go. I think that's it. Some people might curse for me using tools on there. I don't care. It's working. Double flare. It's a little bit off, but it'll be fine when we tighten it up. Let's go push it on. Let's go install it. Here we are underneath. You can see I had to kind of bend that. I'm not a big fan of it, but I had to do something for the camera. That's close call. Or not. There we go. Figure out my wrenches. Working on my back. Sorry for the shinging. I'm in kind of an awkward position over here, and I don't want to. There we go. Bingo. That's in. I'll do a little bit of straightening out here, just trying to make it look a little bit better in here. The only person who's going to see it is probably me, but there we go. Now go to the other side, we'll hook up the bubble flare, and we should be off to the rodeo. Alright, what I'm going to work on is right here. I want to try making a bubble flare. I've never made one, I've got enough tubing, so I'm just gonna make an extra piece out of it, and if it gets ruined, then it gets ruined. Here's the place to do, right on the bench. Same thing as we set up with for the double flare. We're kind of gonna stop about the halfway mark from a double flare. So basically, when we start tightening up, when I get to the point when it starts to buckle, you're gonna feel it buckle when you start doing it. I was reading the instructions. We'll figure that out. I was reading instructions, but the instructions say to actually put a drop of oil on it. So maybe I'm gonna try just a little bit of liquid wrench. My hand over to cover the camera. I don't want to get it over the camera because I'd be mad at myself if I did. So, got a little bit of, I don't know if that's gonna actually do anything, but I'm gonna take this button, I guess, call it, push it in. Same things we did before. We're just trying to make it so when we go to hook up the actual hose to it, we're gonna have a barb, something that makes a nice tight positive fit. Oh, wrong button, this one. So now I'm just gonna be trying to feel when I start to feel it buckle. And I am kind of watching. So I felt it there. Don't need much, just like that. Not much to it. That's it. That's a bubble flare. I think some call it an iso flare, metric flare, or something. I don't know. Definitely something I don't do every day. But, oh, too far. There we go. And what we got there is a little, actually that looks pretty darn good. So when the hose slides over it here, we'll put the gear clamp here. It's a nice positive seal. Shouldn't have any issues with that. Now I gotta see if I can actually make it on the tubing on the truck in position. Sometimes not always the same. Okay, let's give it a try. Follow me. Okay, we're here at the back end of the vehicle, the truck. We're gonna get the gas tank hooked up. We're gonna put that bubble flare that I showed you at the last one right here. We're gonna put one on here, and we're gonna hook up this hose to it. The hose here is already hooked up to the other side of the tank. Same kind of fitting, same kind of flaring. So we're gonna try and replicate that. Hopefully, hopefully don't do too bad or drop too many things here. But we're gonna try. So same thing. Get it wrapped around there. And try and get that thickness of that little button, which I do have right here. I'm trying to do it so I can get your hands out of the way and show you. There we go. There's no real easy way to do this, but we're gonna try. So I got snug before I set too much and make sure, yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, screwdriver, especially now it's in an awkward position, just to tighten it up. Put on this one. The only reason I like using these screwdrivers to tighten this up is just prevent it from slipping, because it will slip, and then usually the worst time to do it, it'll slip. Because that's me. No problem. We're gonna take our little button, put it inside here, just like how we did on the bench, just like that. Like this. Go. Hope you're seeing this all right. I don't know if there's a real good position to put the camera, but we're gonna. Oh, it's a bit more awkward than I thought it'd be, but we're getting there. Almost there. There we go. I think I got it. Again, we're just looking to get that little minute. I don't think I got it. I think I need more. Sorry, guys. Maybe I should have time lapse this better, but. Sorry, guys. More awkward. There we go. It went there. I felt it now. There we go. That will work. Nothing fancy. Don't need anything too crazy, but you want to be able to make a good seal. So I'll clean that up a little bit, then I'll figure out where I want to cut the hose. I like to give a little bit of flex, because why not? These nice little clamps. These are used for fuel injection. Or so they tell me. We're going to use it on this. Slide it on. I'm sorry, this is taking way more than I thought, but that's hot rodding. Here we go. Take the little clamp here. Anyways, we got the gas line all run. I ran that off camera. Totally forgot to set up the camera. The next step underneath here is looking at that. I'm gonna get that seal done. I've got a new seal here. We're gonna drop the truck, pull the drive shaft. We're gonna pull the yoke out. I'm gonna change the seal. Again, guys, piston ring. Got me the parts, got a seal. Gear clamps, got everything we needed. I think we're rocking here. After that, we are gonna look at the mufflers, see if we could clean up. They're kind of crooked and I don't like the way they're hanging. I got some exhaust pipe. We're gonna try and make it run out a little bit better than what's there right now, because the way it was when I got it, it was actually hanging so low that it would hit the ground. Speed bumps, forget it, we flatten them, they're no good. So I had to cut them off. Now I'm gonna redo them. Clean it up, make it tighter up to the frame, because it is a fairly low truck. And then I can start putting all these planks back on. Set our fuel gauge, or fuel filler, sorry. And I got a nice chrome locking gas cap, not a lot of chrome. But we do have one other thing we got to work on. Should I show you? Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I want to be able to protect the gas tank. There's no bumper on this truck, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually making we're going to put a piece of channel iron facing out just like that, and that's going to be our protection, our structure. And I got another plate I'm putting over it that I had plasma cutted at work. It says see ya. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to create some bolting points. We're going to put some back lights in here, so it's going to be red light coming through. It's going to say see ya. That's going to protect it. It's going to look good. It's going to finish it off. Just something different. If it's bad, I don't care. That's what I'm doing. That's what I want. Buddy Daryl's going to be here. He's going to help me weld that up. Daryl's off to the Jets game. Lucky bugger. Go Jets, go. And yeah, I think that's it for today. I'm going to wrap this up. Have the video out shortly. Stay tuned. Get in the garage, get dirty. Cheers.